Welcome to the Cigar Cypher, the podcast where the rich aroma of tobacco meets the spark of conversation. Let us guide you through the captivating world of cigars, from the ancient art of rolling to the secrets of perfect pairings with coffee, whiskey, rum, and more. Whether you're a seasoned aficionado or just curious about your first puff, this is your invitation to join the Cypher. So grab your favorite cigar, settle in, and let's get started. The Cigar Cypher, a member of the Buenos Dias Media Podcast Network, where the smoke tells the story.
Welcome back to the Cigar Cypher, where every puff tells a story. Today, we're diving into a shadowy corner of cigar culture. Espionage. That's right. These smooth smokes have played a surprising role in spy history. From Cold War secrets to Hollywood intrigue. Whether you're a cigar lover or a history buff, this episode will light up your curiosity. Last time, we spoke about and explored the art of cigar rolling with master craftsmen worldwide. This time, we're uncovering tales of cigars as tools of deception, coded messages, and even explosive surprises. So if you're here with us, it's perfect timing to unwind with a cigar and a good old spy tale. So grab your favorite cigar and pour a drink if you're in the mood or in the perfect setting for it. And join me in this smoky intrigue.
The views and opinions expressed by the host, guest, and/or participants of this show do not necessarily reflect the opinions of Buenos Dias Media LLC, its associates, partners, and show sponsors. The content is intended for entertainment purposes and should not be construed as professional advice. Listener discretion is advised.
And this is the Cigar Cypher. And today we're peeling back the wrappers on Cigars and Espionage. But before we start with that, before we jump into this, let's light up today's cigar. And what are we smoking today, you ask? We're smoking an Arturo Fuente Gran Reserva Corona Imperial, measuring a solid 6.5 by 46. This beauty's been a favorite amongst aficionados, and it's a perfect companion for unraveling espionage secrets. Crafted with meticulous care, it boasts superior construction, hand-rolled to ensure a smooth draw and an even burn, which is key when you're savoring it. And over a long chat like this. The wrapper options, they have African Cameroon or Connecticut shade, which give it that silky texture, while the Dominican binder and filler tobaccos hold it all together with age perfection. Today's Cut and Light is brought to you by Buenos Dias Media and Buenos Dias Media Podcast Network, allowing people like me to have conversations with a beautiful audience like you. Flavor-wise, this cigar's a treat. This creamy cedar, hint of toast, and a light spice on the palate, which is something I look for in a cigar because I don't really enjoy that too much spice. I know there's people who like it. I'm not huge. I mean, I like a little spice, but not too much, I don't like too much spiciness, but with some batches even offering notes of honey or dark chocolate, especially in the Maduro version, which is the one I am smoking today, which earned a solid 90 rating from industry reviewers. This score reflects its balanced medium-bold profile, making it a go-to for both newcomers and seasoned smokers. The tobacco hails from Dominican Republic, where the Fuente family's private reserves yield some of the finest leaves aged in Spanish cedar vaults to marry those rich, earthy tones. So as I puff on this Corona Imperial, it's a reminder of how cigars can be more than a smoke. They're a piece of history, much like the spy stories we're exploring. So let's start with the basics. Why would a cigar be a spy's ally? Well, it's all about disguise and distraction. A lit cigar can mask a conversation, provide a prop for a cover story, or even hide something more sinister. Take the Cold War, a time when every move was a chess game. Winston Churchill, the British Prime Minister, was rarely seen without his iconic cigars. Historians suggest his constant puffing wasn't just a habit. It signaled confidence to allies and threw off enemies. In 1941, during a meeting with FDR, Churchill used a cigar to subtly pass notes, leveraging the smoke as a shield. That blend of power and secrecy set a tone for spies to follow. But the CIA took it to a whole new level in the 1960s. Amid the height of the Cold War tensions and Operation Mongoose, a top secret program to topple Fidel Castro's regime, they turned his love of cigars into a potential weapon of chaos. The plan? Slip an explosive cigar into his private humidor, designed to detonate during one of his marathon speeches. The classified Church Committee reports from 1975 reveal they explored variants, including one laced with botulinum toxin, a deadly nerve agent so potent that even a trace could kill within hours by paralyzing the respiratory system. Imagine Castro, mid-oratory to thousands, lighting what he thought was a perfect Havana Cohiba, only for the toxin to strike silently. The mechanics were deviously clever yet comically unreliable. The explosive version featured a chemical fuse hidden in the tip, triggered by the heat of lighting, meant to blow off Castro's head or at least maim him dramatically. CIA technicians working in Maryland lab tested prototypes on gel heads, where they blast shattered jaws but prove unpredictable for field use. Too small a payload, too finicky timer. Delivery was planned through double agents or mafia contacts like Ronnie Rosselli, aiming to plant it during Castro's 1960 UN visit in New York. But Cuban intelligence, ever vigilant, caught wind via leaks and infiltrators. The cigars never reached El Comandante. He quit smoking in 1985 anyway, outlasting 634 alleged plots by Cuban counts. Across the Atlantic, the KGB wasn't far behind, mirroring this ingenuity with their own twisted twists. While the Americans favored fireworks, the Soviets leaned into pharmacology, experimenting with cigars doctored with fast-acting sedatives or toxins to drop targets discreetly. Picture this. A mark takes a leisurely puff in a dimly lit cafe, chats with the handler, then slumps incapacitated, kidnapped, or worse, while the agent slips away. Declassified files and defectors accounts, like those from the KGB Poison Laboratory Lab Number 12, since the 1920s, reveal they brewed horrors like ricin aerosols and cyanide pellets. For cigars, they lace wrappers with scopolamine derivatives, compounding inducing amnesia and paralysis in minutes, ideal for interrogations or extractions. One notorious tool was the cigarette pack gun, firing sedative darts disguised as pellets, tested in the 1950s on defectors like Nikolai Kokolov, who survived a thallium attempt. In 1979, OP KGB agents infiltrated Afghan President Hafizullah Amin's palace kitchen, poisoning food and allegedly smokes, with nerve agents to pave the way for a Soviet invasion. These were mass-produced. They were bespoke nightmares for elite targets, dissidents or diplomats, deployed by the 13th Department in East Germany, often paired with Streisand lace chocolates. Though never widespread, they underscored the cigar's duality, a velvet glove over an iron fist, blending luxury with oblivion. We'll take a break to let that sink in. More Spice Tales, including Hollywood's take, after the break.
Looking to connect with like-minded men who share your drive for success and passion for the finer things in life? Welcome to the Apex Gentlemen's Guild, a private members club for men who value ambition, camaraderie, giving back, and personal growth. For a limited time while we're fully remote, you can join the guild for free. Gain access to tons of motivational content, exclusive events, insightful discussions, and a network of high-performance individuals. Don't miss this chance to elevate your social circle. Request to join today at facebook.com/groups/Apex Gentlemen's Guild, or give us a like at facebook.com/Apex Gentlemen's Guild. The Apex Gentlemen's Guild, excellence forged in unity.
Welcome back. This is the Cigar Cypher podcast. Buenos Dias Media Production. So we've uncovered cigars and real espionage. Now let's explore how Hollywood turned them into spy legends. Think of James Bond. While 007 preferred his martinis shaken, not stirred, cigars often appeared in the franchise. In Goldfinger, Sean Connery's Bond lights up a cigar during a tense poker game, using the smoke to mask his next move. It's a subtle nod to the spy cigar connection, blending sophistication with strategy. Producers knew cigars signaled power, making Bond even more irresistible. Then there's The Man from U.N.C.L.E., UNCLE, where agents swapped intel over cigar boxes rigged with microphones. The 1960s show leaned into the gadget trend, turning a humidor into a high-tech hub. These weren't real devices, more creative license, but they cemented the cigar as a spy staple. And Hollywood didn't stop there. In Mission Impossible, Tom Cruise's Ethan Hunt used a cigar tube to hide a microfilm roll. A plot point that thrilled audiences. It's fiction, but it echoes the CIA's explosive cigar plot, blurring lines between fact and fantasy. This intrigue boosted cigar sales too. After The Godfather hit screens in 1972, with Marlon Brando puffing a stogie, premium cigar consumption spiked. The image of a cigar-smoking Don negotiating deals made it a status symbol, perfect for spies blending in. By the 1990s, Titanic even featured a cigar scene in the first-class lounge, tying luxury to secrecy. But this history isn't just dry facts, it's a cultural shift. Cigars evolved from 16th century New World novelties to symbols of exotic wealth, puffed by kings and conquerors. By the 19th century, they were the rigueur for gentlemen. Think Winston Churchill, whose Romeo y Julieta cigars shielded note, passing during World War II summits. In Espionage, this elite aura was gold, Spies posing as diplomats or tycoons blended seamlessly. A Monte Cristo in hand screamed harmless sophisticate, not double agent. The Cold World amplified it. CIA operatives in Havana lounges swapped intel over Cubans, while KGB handlers in Berlin used smokes to signal drops. Literature like Sherlock Holmes pondering clues amid a cigar haze, or Bond's puff and Goldfinger sealed the deal. Even brands like H. Upmann got tangled in World War I, allegedly confronting German spy funds via cigar shipments. Today in boardrooms or backrooms, a lit cigar still whispers insider, perfect for the modern operative. So what's the legacy of cigars in spy history today? I mean, the craft hasn't faded entirely. Modern thrillers still use cigars as props. Think Jack Ryan on Amazon Prime, where a puff signals a strategic pause. But the real shift is cultural. Cigars remain a symbol of confidence, often seen at high-stakes poker games or diplomatic summits. In 2023, a leaked memo hinted at Russian operatives using cigar lounges for discreet talks. Proof the tradition lingers. For our Cypher community, this is a call to explore. Have you spotted a cigar in a spy movie or heard a real-life espionage tale? Share your thoughts. You can find us on Instagram at Cigar Cypher. So the next episode, we'll visit New York City's top cigar lounges. And I can't wait to light one up with you guys. So before we go, here's a challenge. Watch a classy spy film like Goldfinger and note every cigar movement. And tell us your favorite on social media. We'll feature your picks in episode 3. Thanks for joining me on this smoky spy adventure. Until next time, keep the secrets